Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. Today we have National Geographic's Big Sur, Wild California. This is the National Geographic's Wild series of. They go all over India and China and South America, I think. They go a bunch of places. But this here they focus on this big section of land and shore in one of the biggest states in the United States, California. Now, I often tell people I live in California. I live in Los Angeles, and the idea is, I often tell people that if you drive an hour in any direction, you're going to change. You're going to have a completely different experience, a different. You can honestly in Los Angeles, less than a half an hour, and you are at the beach. Obviously, in the middle of LA, you're in the big city. Drive an hour a little bit to the east, and you're in the desert. And you go a little bit northeast, and you're in the mountains. You're in the forests. It's astounding how much diversity there is in just one area of California, and it's so massive. Big Sur is a humongous part of that. And honestly, I have to say that I've driven up the coast between LA and San Francisco, but I never was able to take much time just to drink it in. We stopped a few times, took some pictures here and there, but this area is massive with wildlife, and this is what the documentary focuses on. Not so much what California has to offer regarding tourism or anything else. This is wild California. So we get to see everything from the mountain lions roaming the land, or I should say cougars, and I don't know what all their official, if their names cross over or not, but they're cats they're the biggest cat that still purr, I think, and they can leap a bus the long way. That's what they say in the documentary. So I ruined that for you. But then there's also, along the shore, along the ocean, we got sea anemones and starfish and all sorts of other things, and whales. But what they do spend an awful lot of time on the otters, which just seems strange. Why an otter? Well, they're considered the keystone animal that connects so many other parts of the bio whatever. Why can't I think of the words right now? My brain is not working. But for the environment, they're a humongous part of the breeding and the feeding and the being consumed. One of the things about this video is, yeah, you get to see a lot of cute little baby animals, cute little baby otters and little coyotes, and they even say that these coyotes must be wily. Come on. But there's anyway, they they look at all the cute animals and the mommies and the daddies, and even under the sea you see how everything works together. They do a time lapse thing where they speed everything up under the water, and they also show the tide coming in and out and everything else in high speed, so you get an idea. Otherwise, it would be really slow. You can't really see starfish moving that fast most of the time, but once they speed it up, holy cow, they get around. But you also see it's a brutal area. There's a lot of dead animals in this one, and not just the mummies and daddies. It's a rough life in Big Sur. So, in fact, when once the otters are born, they're given basically a few months with the parents, and once they get a new kid, the other one has to go off on its own. I mean, that's months. That's not very long. Or maybe mom takes some time between babies. We don't know. And they also are kind of violent toward each other when it comes to mating. It's not a pretty sight. They actually show some footage, nothing graphic. I mean, but let's just say there's way too many. There's not way too many. This is not like it's an R-rated film or anything, but there's a number of animals feeding on each other through this. So if that's not your thing, if a lot of blood-dipped beaks of birds and condors and is not your thing, this might not be for you. But it's if you like beautiful shots of landscapes and where the ocean meets the land and just animals in their environment. They have a lot of hidden cameras. They've tagged a number of the condors and things like that. They've set up cameras underwater and in the trees and everything else to sort of passively observe what their lives are like. And it's kind of amazing how close up they get to these animals in this. So it's worth checking out if you're really into this exploring the environment and getting up close to these animals you normally wouldn't or probably shouldn't get close to in most cases outside of a zoo, which then it's not really the real world for them or you. So yeah, if you're into these kind of things, definitely check it out. If you're squeamish about dead animals being eaten by other animals, you might want to stay away from this. But hey, that's the circle of life, as the Lion King has told us, a whole different continent away. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
57.
What the heck? 58, 59, 57 in a row. It's supposed to pick between 1 and 652. And I did suggest yesterday, I said, oh, wouldn't it be nice if we would have gotten 57, because then we would have seen Big Hero 6, the movie, after we just saw the series yesterday. So I guess that's what we're watching now. I hope this thing isn't listening to me. I mean, it's an older iPad. And I don't know if the random selection app has that ability. Tomorrow I'll test it out. I'm going to say a number and then see if that number comes up. Because if that's the case, this isn't random. So that's upsetting. But I did want to watch Big Hero 6. So, hey, I got my wish. Big Hero 6 is what we're watching next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.